Yet another RottenDog MPU board. This one had a switch matrix problem where, well, sorry, not a switch matrix problem. It just wasn't reading the dip switches. And when you don't read the dip switches, then it kind of defaults to all dip switches off, which means that the ball in play / credit display will never show up. That, at least in Spider-Man, you won't have any sounds when scoring, and probably a number of other things. The problem, and somebody had worked on the switch matrix before. These are the 7400s. Those are column drives, and then this is the row return. RottenDog used a different set of chips to implement part of the circuitry. It uses HCT240 as a buffer chip, and here's the 74HCT32 that enables reading of these switches. And this this chip was dead, and part of this chip was dead. You can see I checked each of the 6532 riots, and they're good. Now I've got it set to Spider-Man right now, little black dot. I will set it back to Circus before I'm done here. But let's boot it up. No need to call my Alexa devices. I've got this switch back here. Now you're going to see the same boot up sequence as in the OEM System 80 ROMs, which includes a 5-second delay. So it's characteristic for those A/B lights to turn on, and then you'll hear click, click, and then we are in attract mode. Then all the lamps are being driven. And so the first thing you'll notice is that you can see the ball in play / credit display. Let me add a credit. And we've got sound again too, because we weren't getting any sound either. Let's see, let's get into test. Jump directly to test 16. And you could hear those 3 relays turning on and off 2 times each. And then we are driving the playfield lamps. Not a surprise that all the lamps are working, since this is a known good driver board. Now let me get into test 17, which is solenoid test. And that worked correctly. Solenoids 3, 4, and 7, I think it is, on these early System 80 games. Let me do it again just for giggles. Yeah, 3, 4, and 7 are the coin counter solenoids, so you don't want to turn those on while you're doing solenoid tests. Now we're in switch test. Okay, got rid of that blinking. That's not doing that here in real life. That's just a interaction with the 60 hertz overhead lights. I don't do 77 on Spider-Man because it causes the tests to terminate early. Here's display test. Maybe I can move back far enough to see all these displays working. You can see at player 1, I've got a 7-digit display. I talk about that one frequently. I'll just let this go to 4, and that guarantees that all the segments are being displayed correctly. Clearly all the digits are being displayed correctly, so display test is now deemed operational. And the last test is memory test, which is test 20. And a successful test yields 99 on the display. So this CPU board is good to go again. Let me reset these dip switches. I'm going to do this in real time. You can see I marked the Circus dip switch that needs to be down. And we will reboot. Same 5-second delay. And displays are up and running. Thank you so much for sending it.